I wanted to talk a little bit more about an AI that could create 2D platformers. So on the screen is Commander Keen, the first Commander Keen game. We have a little overworld. Then this is like a stage that I can enter. Alright, so we're in the world now. Jump around. There are these items I can collect. You know, there's the game's made of this grid. Although the character can be, you know, on any pixel. But we also have a little green guy at the bottom, like an actor that, you know, code is running to govern its actions. There's stuff like this background element right here, the red little mountain thing. And then there's like these tiles that I can walk through, but I can also stand on top of them. And it's governed by exact rules. There's just code for each piece that needs code. It's a very actualized, solidified, exactified thing that takes up a specific amount of space on my hard drive. And I think an AI that could create something like this would be very impressive. But I guess I'd want to reiterate that I don't find Genie impressive. Now, Genie was trained on tons of YouTube video of 2D platformers, and it learned a little bit about maybe the DNA or aesthetic or a little bit of intuition about how a 2D platformer might look. But what it outputs is this kind of amalgamation. It's very noisy. It's not exact rules. There are no exact sprites. There's no, like, there's like an intuition of how a character might move, but there's no exact code governing the player object. It's just creating video, right? And so like this old game, it's a small file size, and it's very exact, and there's no like neural rendering. And I think an AI really could be very impressive if it could create something like this. And, you know, maybe the intuition that Genie developed could help inform it about what kind of assets to create, or maybe how a jump arc trajectory might look. So maybe by watching all that video, it can learn some things that could be useful in a creation process, but really what I'm saying is that the things that it's spitting out are not what you want. It's not what you want at all. So I guess I challenge anyone who's into AI. Actually, now I'm wondering if you can stand on sub-pixel positions in this game. You probably can. Seems like you can, actually. Yeah, it does seem like it. Yeah, I don't know how precise Commander Keen's position is in this game, but I guess the point is like an AI that could create a piece of software that is playable is just a lot more impressive than an AI creating what looks like a video of a 2D platformer, even though that video, like, they did have in between each frame some kind of command. I still maintain it's not a game, what they created. The commands, it wasn't trained based off of controller input. It was like intuiting things such as like, oh, the screen is scrolling upwards or the screen is scrolling leftward here. Maybe we can kind of noisily assign that a number because of similar features that are being like observed over time. So it didn't even really get proper training about like what input might do what. it's just kind of creating its own inputs that can modify the future video frame. It's almost like a seeded input, like a random seed, except not entirely random, because it did kind of try to learn a bit about similarities between input and result, but again, it was not trained properly off of controller input. And when you think about what governs the next frame in a video game, well, it's like the state of the game, right? It's like the state, like the position of the actor, the state of the actor. Like the little guy looks left, right, left, right, left, right, you know, see that? It's like there's, I don't know, like maybe there's a counter or something governing how many more times it's gonna turn its eyeball or whatever, right? That's part of the state, right? And so games are composed of many, many rules, algorithms, and state, you know. Genie is once again very far away from all of that. I don't like to see the AI hype headlines when it's not really worthy of that much praise. That's like why I felt like I had to make that first video, because it really was getting overblown, you know, news media making articles about it and everything, when it really... And you know, in their blog posts, they were really like... They used some language that didn't feel appropriate. Kind of like, you know, a new paradigm for whatever, you know, I don't know. The language they used and it was not really appropriate, I think, for what it was. So I don't know, just wanted to make a quick vid about it. Just some more thoughts on it, basically. Just a nice... Imagine an AI that could create something like this, and it wouldn't need any kind of neural rendering. The AI would not need to be present to figure out what comes next. Instead, it creates a piece of software, and it knows what comes next. Well, the piece of software governs what comes next, basically, because it's all solidified, right? It's like you don't need the original creator of a game present to play the game, right? You shouldn't need the AI to be present generating the next frame. The AI should make the software and move on, right? And so if someone does it, it'd be really cool if there was you know, like let's say you could type in a description of a level or something, and then it starts working, it creates sprites, tiles, rules, character, etc., and starts placing it all. And hopefully it's not too handcrafted. I mean, it almost takes an artificial general intelligence to be able to, like, you know, in a sophisticated way, combine all these different things together. So I don't know how you would do it, really. I'm just saying that, it'd be cool if it could create downloadable, finalized software that did not, you know, need any kind of neural rendering or whatever, you know. That way you wouldn't get any of this weird hallucination, video frame morphing, and noisy output. It would be very exact. And it would be very impressive. And we are simply not there yet. Anyway, that's it. So, thanks for watching.